Hello all and welcome to the Styrian Alps in Austria. We are here for the Austrian Grand Prix. Round 5 of 17 for the European Racing Organisation Championships. PS F2. And we have 15 drivers ready to take on this short circuit. So I'll just set up quickly everything. There we go. As we just wait for the drivers to load their setups and come out of the pit lane. As there could be a chance of rain, as we do have the Haas driver of Joel V2000. He is going to be the first person on a lap. As there is rain in the race, we do have rain. As I'm trying to, there we go. As I will turn the game down a bit. That should be fine. That should be fine. As there is rain midway through this race, so I wonder if any drivers will stick to their dry setups or get in their wet setups if they have a wet setup. I assume if they're F2 then they should have a wet setup. There's Joel coming round. 1, 2, 3. As he's coming around the last the penultimate corner and the final corner now. Two tricky right-handers to start off your lap. As I will turn everything off. Here we go. As here comes the Haas now, down towards turn 1. Very difficult to spec the braking point. It's just after the 100-meter board where the orange barrier is. Down into 5th. He keeps it in 5th. Some people like to use it in 4th, making sure he doesn't invalidate or get on that orange curb on the exit. Now powering down towards turn 2 and turn 3. Making sure he finds his braking point and doesn't go lock up and straighting on down to 4th. Taking some of the curb. Oh, has a bit of a moment on the exit. It's not a clean exit that Joel would have liked for. Now heading down towards the tricky turn 4. He is going to brake just before the fly Emirates board, just after 100. Keeping it in 4th. Now heading towards the tight turn 6 and 7. Into 5th. He's short-shifting it up to 6th. He's going to take the second part, down into 5th. Taking some of the curb, short-shifting into 6th. Getting a nice and clean exit. Now powering down towards the last 2 corners of turn 9 and turn 10. Taking it in 6th, taking it in 5th, taking some of the curve, running wide, and that surely is invalidated, and it is. What time is it going to be anyway? It's going to be a 105.2. Next will be the Alpine of Astros. No, it's going to be Astros' teammate, Loki Chips, who's just starting his lap. Then it'll be the Merc of Cameron Don. It's a 1 minute 4.7. Next will be the Alpha Tauri of Neil Shendrick, who's just starting his lap. Rob Song goes up into P2 with a 5 flat. Next will be Jim Zaba. But here comes Jericho, who does a 1 minute 4.6 banker. Next will be the Alpine of Astros, who goes provisionally P5 for a 105.3. Next is the Williams of Rennes, who goes for a 1 minute 5.2. Then it'll be the Red Bull of Keen Hodgson, who does a 1 minute 4.8 banker. Next will be Libanow, who's just starting his lap, so we'll go onto the onboard of Lucas, into the Red Bull, down into 6th, then into 5th of the last one, all taking a bit of that orange curve that has unset up the car. What time is it going to be though? It's going to be a 105.6, he puts in P8. Next will be Bo Vandenberg, who's just starting his lap, so we will cut on to Low-key Chips, who has backed out of his lap, so we will watch this lap entirety unless Joel is on a lap. Joel is not on a lap, he's invalidated again. What about Neil Shendrick? Neil Shendrick is on a lap. Into 5th, oh, he's missed that curb. He's missed the entry curb. It's not going to be a good lap time, I don't think. It's a 1 minute 5.2, it does put in P7. Low-key Chips, they're coming out of turn 1, coming in, going through turn 2 and heading towards turn 3. What is this split going to be? It's going to be a 16-1. He's a 1 second up, but his line isn't representative. Now let's see. I will quickly actually double check what the fastest splits are. 16 flat, 16 flat. I think it's a 16.035 set by Jericho Balgos. As now Loki Chips heading towards turn 6 and 7. Now down into 5th, deciding not to short shift up. And it's a 44.9. Apparently it's purple. I don't really believe it is. But can he surprise me? Low-key chips now. I think he is heading for a mid to high 4, which isn't a bad banker. Keeping it in 4th, short shipping only on the exit. Let's see what is it going to be. It's going to be 1 minute 4.7. It does put in P3. We will head on now towards VLA now. There's a 16.1 first sector. I will see quickly what the fastest middle sector is. 28.9, 28.7, 28.763. So it was a purple middle sector by Low-key Chips. And it's a 45.1. He's 2 tenths off. Low-key Chips is Villa, who was our race winner last time out, I believe. I am not sure though. Oh, he did win it on track at least. I don't know about the stewards report, put him down. But Villa missing the apex on the entry. Is that going to cost him lap time? I think it had to. It's been P6. He's the slowest in the 1 minute 4s. It's Stroll. Stroll's once again backed out or because of invalidation. As we all go into Theo Smith, who is coming around the final corner now. He's a 10th off of what Villy did. But he did hit that curb on the end on the final corner. Is that going to give him any more time? No, it's a 5 flat. It's a 5.073. It puts him P9 provisionally. But Low-key Chips now is heading into the pit lane. As I'm going to go into the stewards' verdicts for PS F2. To jog my memory, that is the F1. Yes, it was an NFA. So last time out, it would be this man on track, Villa, getting the win out in the Netherlands. I think is anyone on a quick lap? I don't believe so. No, but Renz is. He's actually gone up. He's actually up by half a tenth. Oh, it's Alpha Tauri! The avatar of Neil Shendrick there. May not have been the best position for Renz. He's now heading from out of turn 4 and heading towards turn 6 and 7. Keeping it in safe, actually taking some of the curb there. Is he up on his time? He is up. He's up by over half a tenth now. It's not going to be enough to get in the position, so it has to be a very good final sector for the Williams driver if he does want to improve and jump the Alfa Romeo, which coincidentally there is an Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Heads down into 5th now. Oh, he goes a bit wide, but he's lucky to not invalidate. Let's see, 1 minute 4, 1 minute 4.9. He's found 2 tenths there, and he goes into P6. Then we have Cameron Dunn now coming around the final corner to start his lap. The Northern Irishman DNF'd out last time out in the Netherlands because of a collision that was deemed responsible by Otto, the Aston Martin driver, but he's not here. Heading out of turn 1, it did look like a pretty clean turn 1, but the question is he up on his time? 15, 16, yes he is, he's up on his time. He set the exact same sector as Jericho Balgos, who he is coming through turn 1 now. Let's see Cameron Dunn. Can he find any more time in this middle sector? Down into 4th, clipping the curb. Clipping both curbs on entry and exit. Going over the little bump there, which can cause people to lose traction and spin. Down into 5th, he's going to short shift. No, but he's gone wide. He has gone wide. That has lost him some time. It's lost him half a tenth. That may have cost him a shorter pole on this second lap. As we do have a slow Red Bull, hoping to not get in the way. As he's down into 5th gear for that final corner, shorting it up to 6th. It's going to be pole. Robson goes in between the two drivers, but Cameron Dunn with a 1 minute 4.5 finds 2 tenths, but it's Jericho Balgos up. Jericho Balgos is up by just under 2 tenths. Can he find any more time as the main Northern Irish driver? He won and got pole and got the fastest lap in Spain. He DNF'd. No, he didn't DNF, but he has got pole. He didn't DNF last time out, but he has got pole here in Austria. It's still a Merc 1-2. Robson provisionally getting in the way of both drivers. Chibs moving up to P4 over 1 minute 4.7. Right, what about the Ferrari? That's on an outlap. Corman Zab is backed out. Neil Shendrick's gone wide. Astros is on a lap. What can the Alpine driver do? His teammate's gone up into P4, and they're both not afraid of battling each other. There's no team orders within the Alpine. He's 2 temps up. He's not in the force just yet. Let's see now what time. Down into 6th. Down into 4th he goes for the penultimate corner. What time is it going to be? It's 1 minute 5 flat. He puts in P11. Next will be the Joe. No, it has to be the Red Bull actually, who is 2 temps up. Has he found any more time? He hasn't. He's still P14. Next will be Bo, who's a 10th up. He's a 10th up on his time. Can he maybe get ahead of Robson? He doesn't get ahead of Robson. He's lost all that time. And it's only P5. He's 5 thousandths off the Alpine of Chips. Next I think will be Comenzaba, who is on a lap. Has he found any time as the Ferrari gets out of his way? He has found a 10th. In that middle sector. Oh, but he spun! Can he keep it out of the wall? No, he can't. That's front wing damage. So we will need to go back into the pit lane and change that front wing. Robson is not on a lap. Bo Vandenberg is not on a lap. Libenhouse's not on a lap. Commentator's not on a lap. Come out. What about Astros? Is Astros still on a lap? Oh, that's an incorrect pit entry that we caught during qualifying. What about Lucas and Joel? Joel goes up to P13 with 1 minute 5.1, so everyone has now set a lap time. Question is Susie on a lap, or is he? Susie's not on a lap. So Susie went to improve, I think. As I would quickly double check. Yeah, Susie did improve, but invalidated. I think they're both on there in laps. We are just waiting for one of the other 13 drivers to come out, but I don't believe, as there is 5 minutes left of qualifying. As now we do have the first 2 cars out. Ville, I think, will be the first. No, but he's letting. I think he's gonna let. Will he let Chips by as well? I'm not sure. No, he won't. So the running order for now will be the Haas, Ferrari, and Alpine. Ferrari up with a 1-2 last time out. With Crystal in the reserve, who hasn't joined today. As I've missed that comment, as Joe has dropped back, so it will be the first driver on the lap out of these 2 will be Ville, looking to keep on the form he had from last time out. Then into turn 1, into 4th. Oh, that's not a good turn 1. What about for Loki Chips? Has there been a good turn 1 for him? No, it hasn't. He hasn't found a good turn 1. He's backed out. Or is he going for 2 hot laps? For 2 out laps, sorry. We will head back onto Ville, who has got a little bit of a tow from the Alfa Romeo driver. As I will quickly go on to Ville, see if he's up. No, he's slightly down, as he has locked up through turn 4. So has the Ferrari found any more time? Keeping it in 6th. Oh, he goes wide there. That's going to be invalidation. It is going to be an invalidation. Will he go into the pit lane though? We'll go on to Loki Chips, who's a second. Yeah, remember. Who hasn't decided to push yet. I think he is going to push this lap though. I see the red light on the back of the Alpine of Loki Chips for number 8. As it has stopped flashing now, so he's turned on his ERS. But there will be some cars heading out of the pit lane who will need to get out of his way. Down into fifth 4, he misses the apex for turn 1 a little bit there. But has he carried the speed out of the corner to find him any more time? 15. Yes, he has. It's a 16.121. He has found the time. Oh, well, that's a pretty poor exit, if I must say. Has he still found time, though? I'm not sure. Heading into turn 4. Braking just before the Fly Emirates board. Into 4th. As we do have Joker Balgos also starting his lap. As I will quickly flick over to see what it is going to be for split-wise. He's down on his lap time. But so's Loki Chips. So it has to be a big final sector for Loki Chips if he wants to improve on his lap time. He only needs to improve by thousands, but he's missed the entry. He's missed the curb. But he's got a good exit. Let's see, 1 minute 3, 1 minute 4.6. He goes P3 provisionally. What about Joker Balgos? Is he going to be up on his lap time? Keeping it in 6th. Let's see, 1 minute. Yeah, he is up. He's slightly up. It will be enough to get in the 4s though. Joker Balgos. Into 7th for the first part. Into 5th for the second part. 3, 4, 4.3. And Cameron Don is down. What about Robson? We don't know if Robson's down yet or not. What about Libanow? Libanow's up into P6. But he's made a mistake. So he'll head. Oh, there goes Cameron Don! Making mistake on the exit at turn 4. And that is qualifying over. He can start no higher than P2. But Robson is 2 temps down. So he needs to back off. Which I think he has done. No, he hasn't. He's still going on with his lap. What about Bo Vandenberg? Bo Vandenberg slightly up. And what about the Hassa Common Saber? Isn't it? Common Saber getting a nice little tow by the AlphaTauri driver. It's going to be Joe who's letting people by who invalidated. What about Ville? Ville is up by 72 hundredths, as it will go back onto Bo Vandenberg. He is the furthest round, I think. Let me quickly check Keen. Keen is up though by a 10th. Oh, but that's cute. Oh no, that's Bo Vandenberg gone wide. So that's going to be his qualifying over. There's 8 seconds left. As we will head on to the Alpine of Astros, who's down by half a 10th. That is qualifying over. Someone's popped up. It's Lucas. He's got up to P4, leaving Neil Shendrick last. Let's see, can the Alpine? He's invalidated. What about Neil Shendrick? Can he come off the last row of the grid? Yes, he can. It's P4 with 1 minute 4.6, leaving Joe last. Susie can go no higher than P14. The Astros can go no higher than P13. Villa Valona last time out is only P12. What about Robson? He's gone into that might be an incorrect pit entry. As Renz has had a moment and he spun. What about Joe? He's invalidated again. What about Libanow? Libanow slightly up. It won't be enough to pit Robson. He needs to find more time coming out this final corner. Has he done it, Libanow? He hasn't. He's lost time. As Lucas will be the final driver to come around. As we will just wait for Robson to go into the pit lane. And Joe Vandenberg. As we are going through this, as we are going to go through the rundown of the qualifying session, it's a Northern Ireland lockout, and it's also a Mercedes lockout with Jericho Balgos leading Cameron Dunn, who's a 10th and a half between each other. Considering it's this sort of track, is a massive gap Then we have Loki Chips finding more time and goes 1 minute 4.625 to make it P3. Then we have Neil Shendrick P4 with a 1 minute 4.682. Then we have Lucas in the Red Bull with Robson, Bo Vanderberg, Libenow, Keen Hodgson and IRT Renz confirming the top 10 with Common Saber, Ville, Connor Ryan, Theo Smith and Joel completing the top 15, with 12 of these runners being within the 1 minute 4s. Now remember folks, there is rain for the race. We are expecting rain around midway through. As it is completely dry. As we're waiting for the last 10 seconds. Actually remember, there is no formation lap. So as soon as this countdown runs up, it's going to be the 5 lights. As you have a number of hasses outside Common Zaba. As you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. This lights out and away we go here in Mysterio and Alps, and I think Cameron Don gets a better start than Joker Balgos. No, he doesn't. Let's see down into turn 1. Let's... Oh, no, contact with Lukey Chips! Oh, God, last nail Shendrick ground. Oh, that's forced Lukey Chips one. Has he lost the position to Lucas? Yes, he has. And he's under the attack of Robson and Bo Vanderberg. They're also going to make it... Maybe, no, it's still going to be too wide between Loki Chips. And it's 3 wide further back between the Williams, Alpine, Red Bull, and Ferrari. Oh, I thought there was going to be contact from the behind, but I don't think there is. As I think Robson's going to get a better exit, maybe, and he's going to look for the move, but Loki Chips is looking for the move on the... Oh. Is he going to go for the move down the hot compound tyres? Yes, there's going to be contact between the Alpine and the Red Bull, and Lucas keeps the position. As Bo Vanderberg gets ahead of Robson, is going side by side into turn 6 and 7. This may end in tears. Freeway driver is still no contact. This corner, is it going to be under the No, there isn't. And Bo Vanderberg gets ahead. And no, it's Bo Vanderberg gets ahead of Robson. As now Robson is under the attack of Libenow. Libenow's going down the inside and he makes the move stick. As you have Common Saber going into the pit lane. As Jericho Balgos is a second ahead. 1.4 seconds ahead. Let's quickly turn on the ERS. As Cameron Dunn they've used all of their ERS already. But more importantly, Lucas is behind them on the medium compound tyres. As I will go to the tyres, there we go. He is the only one on the medium compound tyres. Captain Emre is on the soft compound tyres. He's managed to get in the lobby, but he's on the softs. As there's further side by side. Oh my God! Williams of IRT Reds was almost forced off the track, and Joe Vanderberg manages to capitalise and get the position of the Red Bull driver. As there is a predicted pit stop strategy, as Robson has spun. Like I was saying, the predicted pit stop strategy brought to you by AWS is mediums to lap 15 and then hards to the end. And I think that maybe the softs can go. Oh, there's another spinner of Joe Vanderberg. As he... I thought he was driving backwards to the pit lane there. No, but he's drove backwards to flick spin it. And Lucas is already within 3/10 of Cameron Dunn. Oh, he's looking for the... Oh my God, he was almost looking for the move there. But is he going to get... He's surely going to get the better traction in the better... Look at 16% ERS by Cameron Dunn. That is quality ERS management at its finest. There's almost contact between the Merc and the Red Bull. Yeah, in the first 3 laps, just use 80% of your ERS. Why not? It's not like there's another 30 laps or whatever. And surely there's in the next lap, Lucas is going to get ahead of Cameron Dunn and start chasing down Jericho Balgos. Let's see, he qualified P4 on the track. He managed to get ahead of Loki Gibbs due to the contract with Chills and Neil Shendrick. I put Neil Shendrick back down to 13th. Well, lap 4 of 36, and I think here comes the move for P2 probably. Let's see, is Lucas going to choose to stay behind? No, he's turned on his ERS now, and he's going to go down the inside of the Mercedes driver. Is there going to be contact? There's not really going to be any contact. He has living left the space, has Cameron, who's trying to use the ERS, but he hasn't, and the simple speed and power by the by the Red Bull compared to the Merc is what costed Cameron the fight, I guess, as this has also allowed Chips to get within, just about within the DRS, as Captain Emery, as Joel gets a 3-second time penalty. Not a good outing so far by the two Haas drivers. As Renz goes a bit wide there. Has this allowed Keen Hodgson to go for a move? No, it hasn't. But this may allow Susie. Is Susie going to go for the move on Keen Hodgson? No, he isn't. He's not going to go for the move into turn 1. But I tell you what, Keen Hodgson had a poor exit at turn 1. This will allow Susie to maybe go for the move. He's using his ERS. It's Alfa Romeo versus Red Bull. And the Alfa Romeo comes out on top compared to the Merc. But they're still going to fight it. It is Keen Hodgson and Theo Smith. Keen Hodgson's going to have the inside line. But Theo Smith will have the DRS and he will have the ERS. But due to the low wings that the Red Bull's running, it's going to be a lot tougher. As now then, it's going to be outside versus inside before the work versus Red Bull versus Alfa Romeo. And Keen Hodgson just about keeps the move. Yeah, he just about Smith. As now Lucas is almost within the DRS of Jericho Balgos, but he is going to have the slower tyres compared to the last 15 laps. But remember, there is going to be rain, as you can see. There are clouds forming over the Styrian Alps in turn 1. As there is a yellow flag further behind, so Theo Smith has spun. He's managed to get out of everyone's way. There's not really much to commentate on now. This is what usually what happens. And so there could be a move between Renz and Libben. Now Libben is flashing, he has no ERS. Renz on the other hand has 40% and he's sailed past the Ferrari driver heading in towards turn 4. Saba gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple collisions, as he has also spun. He hasn't reset to track, he's a good boy. Also gets ahead of Libben now. Libben must have made a mistake. This may also allow Villa to go through, I think. That may have been a planned move. But this has allowed Red to try and chase after the top from the train from P3 to P5. As we can see by the icon, Chips has gone down on fuel. As we can see, he's gone down by minus 0.0 something, so it's not much. He is gaining fuel, as he is also gaining on the Merc of Cameron Donners. There's another yellow flag for Saba. I'm surprised Lucas hasn't got within the DRS yet of Jericho Balgos, seeing he is on the medium compound tyres and has about a 30% ERS increase. But he's with 1.2 now. He needs to have a good final sector if he wants it. But no. I mean, surely also Loki Chips is going to go for the move, as that's part of a safety car. I think Saba retired on track. I'm not sure though. Is that going to cause? I think that is a free pit stop for Captain Emery. who is going to go into the pit lane. I am going to go and see if that was a retirement on track, as I can't see the stricken Haas. Test, as look, it's already, as Neil Shendrick has gone on to, the hard compound tyres. No, not hard, sorry, intermediate compound tyres already. We did say there was going to be rain. We did say there was going to be rain midway through the race. It's a bit earlier than midway through the race, as we do have Lucas pitting. Lucas of the Red Bull is pitting. And he's pitted onto the hard compound tyres. As we can see, it's got noticeably cloudy. This could work in Neil Shendrick's favour. As look, it's noticeably cloudy, like I said moments ago, as we are just waiting. As we are waiting for the 15 drivers. As apparently it's going to rain for a short time, says Common Zaba. So this is either a brave strategy by Simon. No, not my Simon, Niels. Or it's not gonna work out. And it all depends when it's gonna rain. He needs it to rain either at the end of the safety car period or during this bit or right now, otherwise it's not gonna be optimum strategy call. Sorry if my mic's cutting out, I don't really know why. I may need to get a new microphone anyway. As the safety car is going to be in at the end of this lap. So we will head on to Jericho Balgos. So the question is... The question is going to be whether what is he going? He's going now. Has that caught out Cameron Dunn? No, it hasn't, but it has caught out Loki Chips, but caught out Bo Vandenberg even more. Is there going to be any moves heading into turn 1? And as you can see, there is no rain yet, so Neil Shendrick is going to be the slowest car on track. They're heading into turn 1. He's gained. Loki Chips has gained a bit on Cameron Dunn. Is he going to go for the move in the second as I did think I saw a split of rain, maybe. There is rain. If you look on the Alpine Halo, there is rain. The question is, how heavy is it going to get for Neil Cendric to capitalise? As you just make the move on Cameron Dunn at a crucial point, may I add. And also, Cameron Dunn's going to lose out massively because Jericho will have the preference on when to pit or not. As you can see, it is raining. But how heavy is it going to get? How long will it take before it gets heavy for Inters? But Joe Vandenberg is going to go for the move on Neil Cendric, and he does make the mistake, so Neil Cendric is not at optimum performance yet. So this is a handy thing to know on, but crucially, Loki Chips gets ahead as Neil Cendric is also spun. So this has not been a good strategy choice for the Alfa Romeo driver. As Cameron Dunn is already out of a second, he could be under attack from Bo Vandenberg. He has less ERS than Bo Vandenberg. Bo Vandenberg is going to go to the outside line. Cameron Dunn is going to go on to the inside. And because of maybe that could be a grip. Due to the grip, maybe. As Captain Emery, Captain Emery almost losing it. But Joe is too far back, so he won't be able to capitalise on the mistake from Captain Emery. As Loki Chips is almost within the DRS of Jericho Balgos. But when does... I mean, also Renz as well. Renz is also quite close to this, guys. As DRS is now enabled, the question is, when does it get disabled? As the rain hasn't really picked up that much. But can Bo capitalise on this? I think he can. As no, he hasn't got within the DRS. But here comes Bo Vandenberg once again on the outside line. But once again, he can't make it stick. As now look, he didn't get the DRS about one lap, and he lost about half a second in that middle sector. But Bo Vandenberg is still right up close as the rain has picked up. As you can see. As you can see on the McLaren Halo, we may start to be seeing puddles within the next few laps. As DRS is still enabled, Bo Vandenberg surely has to go for the inside. He's gone to the inside line. This is the yellow flag for sector 1. It's for Captain Emery. He's made a mistake somewhere, as Bo Vandenberg has not made a mistake, and he is still there's contact. There is contact as Renz is out. Renz is out of the race, and it's been maybe contact as it's a safety car. As everyone has pitted, as I probably should have checked the pit lane, as Cameron Dunn, he has got held up. He has got held up massively. I'm guessing everyone, no, Cameron Dunn's got the mediums. Some people selecting the inters, the other people selecting mediums. Lucas is also pitted, he's pitted for the intermediates as well. But in all of this, Robson has stayed out. as Rent has left the session due to his retirement. So we have both Mercs and Alpine pitting for mediums. And as well as that, Captain Emery and Neil Shendrick, who started on the... Oh, Captain Shendrick! That might be damage. It was a very light tap, I don't think that is, but it's a good Tokyo drift. And I don't think it got damage. So that was for his sake, that was a completely meant drift. As you can see, the track has fully got worse. So this has not worked out. For Jericho Balgos, Robson and Cameron Don, technically Bo Vanderberg is going to be the net leader of this race. When all the medium runners pit, and I'm surprised that Neil Shendrick hasn't pitted. Unless the rain is only going to be for the next few laps. As the safety car is in this lap. As look at the track. It's definitely intermediate conditions. So Bo needs to get through the traffic ahead of him without losing damage, and as well as the drivers behind mitigating Cameron Don. So when does Robson go? Robson's going into the pit lane. Joker Balgos stays out. Lukey Chip stay out. Cameron Don stays out. Lukey Chips has gone wide. This may allow Bo to get the move done. I think he will. As Bo had to get the position back because he overtook before the straight line. The start-finish line. And I don't think he'll matter because he'll get the traction. He'll get the overlay. And I think he'll swiftly move past. But out the Alpine and Lukey Chips is putting on a fight. See, is there going to be any contact? No. But there goes Jericho! Jericho Balgos has spun. He's got it out of the wall. Jericho Balgos, I think, kept that out of the wall. Oh, that is lucky he ghosted there. As now Bo takes the lead with Villa in second and Keen Hodge in P3. Loki Chip somehow managing to survive in P4. Oh, but contact for Astros is on the inside. Could that have been planned by the Alpine team, letting Astros go down the inside? But Libenow is losing so much time staying behind these two medium runners. As now Susie also goes around the outside and Loki Chips is almost off the track, but Cameron Dunn has spun. Both Mercs spinning on the wrong compound of tyres, and so has Neil Shendrick has also spun. That could have been a reset to track. As Lukey Chips stays out. Why is Lukey stayed out? Joker Balgos has pitted. What about Cameron Dunn? Cameron Dunn also stays out. Cameron Dunn's missed the pit lane. That could have been what happened to Loki. Loki may have missed the pit lane as Robson gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. But there's a move for the lead. Bo Vanderberg on the inside. Villa on the outside. And can the Ferrari get the moves done? Yes, he can. What about Red Bull Keen? Can the Red Bull Keen follow him through? He's looking for the move, I believe. He's looking round the outside of the McLaren driver. He's going to get the switch back, maybe. Get a better exit, he is, but he can't quite get his way past. The question is, how long is this ring going to last? This has definitely ruined the races. of chips, Captain Emre and Cameron Dunn. And to an extent, Joko Balgos and Neil Shendricks. Sorry about all that. As there's really no moves happening yet apart from the two medium runners. As now Grid is sort of filling out Villa having the pace. It looks like having the pace over Bo and Keen Hodgson. As I will actually put the lap data up. So Villa, what time is it going to be for Villa? On the intermediate compound tyres, it's 1 minute 12.2. It's 1 minute 12.5 for Bo. As I haven't really... As a yellow flag, sector 2 and sector 3. Who is it? It's for Captain Emre, who spun. However, Lucas could be looking for the move as Loki Chips has pitted. What about Cameron Dunn? Cameron Dunn once again missing the pit lane. What about Captain Emre? Captain Emre also missing the pit lane. This can't be a strategy choice. They'd lose too much time. Oh, that's a moment for Libernau. That is a moment for Adam Hurtos. Lucas is maybe going around the outside of turn 6. No, it's for better than back down. We'll be getting a better exit to go for the inside of turn 7 and turn 8. No, he hasn't. He's basic. Oh, no, he's lost it. Oh, he's lost it, but there is. He has lost it, but he's kept that out of the wall, so there's no damage on that Red Bull car. Oh, what's happened to Lucas? Lucas has spun again. Could that have been an incorrect pit entry? I'm not sure. I don't think he entered the pit lane, so. As Astros now, Conor Ryan, could he be looking for the move on? No, he cannot. He cannot go for the move on Keen Hodgson. As there's another yellow flag for Captain Emre. Cameron Dunn now. He needs to brake earlier if he wants to get into the pit lane. As finally he gets into the pit lane to put on the intermediate compound tyres as Captain Emre is using the return route, but he found there's no return route there. As now he is going to get lapped. Captain Emre gets a 10-second time penalty, and he is going to get lapped as he does move out of the way, as I think he is going to go into the pit lane. Yeah, he is going to go into the pit lane. There's not really much action here, as Rob Dunn gets a 3-second time penalty. As we're heading to the last 14 laps of this race. Sorry for the not much commentary, because there's not really much to commentate on, I'm afraid. Relay is maintaining the gap of 1.4, 1.5 seconds to Bo Vanderberg. I mean, the gap's thinning out. I mean, Connor Ryan made a mistake somewhere. I didn't pick it up. And if I can just get the comments up from the live chat, then perfect. But apparently no, Lucci doesn't want to see me live comment. As Cameron Don's almost about to get lapped. Oh, but made a mistake, someone! Bo Vanderberg has gone round! Oh, he's put life back into me and he's gone round. Oh, that's a lot of time lost for Bo Vanderberg. Can Joel capitalize? No, he can't. But Libbenau's up, it's a P4! It's a Ferrari 1-4! Oh my, Joel Vanderberg probably will capitalise after that poor old turn 1. By Bo Vanderberg, they're gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining towards the turn 3 hairpin. What can the Haas driver do? He's going to be around the outside. It's going to be a tough job for for Joel to make the position. But I think he's got the better traction, you know. I think he's got better traction. I think he has the less ERS moves. So that's going to make it harder. But he hasn't. He's made the move stick. That's a great move by Joel for P5. And Bo Vanderberg can't make a move towards turn 5. But someone else has made a mistake in sector 2. And I think it's Keen. It was Keen Hodgson. Everyone's bottling P2 at this moment in time. As now Robson loses a position to Lucas. I swear Lucas was up. Oh wait, no, yeah, Lucas had that moment. But now for the last third of this race, it looks like oh, but Keen, that's made a mistake. That's a mistake for Connor Ryan, but it hasn't really gained. But what can? I tell you what, Joel is gaining so much time. It could be a top 3 finish if he can put his act together. And if there's going to be contact between Keen and Astros, as I think, yes, it is. Is that Cameron Dunn? Cameron Dunn is lapped. Cameron Dunn has been lapped. Biden Ferrari. I mean, 2 rounds ago they were championship contenders, but now it's just been pure. I mean, can't really say it's been pure dominance. He didn't have Villa, by the best of me, didn't have had a poor qualifying for his showing. Only starting like what, P11, P12? Yeah, P13. No, P12. With Connor Ryan starting P13, making their way up. Making their way up to P1 and 2 respectively. Keen starting P9, Libbenau P8, Joel P15, Susie P14's up into P7, which is might shown by him. Bo was up about 3 before his spin. However, Keen Hodgson's dropped off. Bo Vanderberg could be looking for the move on Joel. No, he's not. He's too far behind and doesn't have the ERS. He needs to stay behind and save the ERS. No, he's using the ERS actually. He may want to go for it now. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's going to choose the outside of turn 4. Maybe no, but Joel covers off the middle of the track perfectly. I believe, as I've knocked my drink over in it. Oh, that could be a poor exit for Joel. And here comes Bo Vanderberg round the outside. He's going to have the outside of both turn 7, but no, he doesn't make it to turn 7 side by side. Joel keeps the position. 1 minute 12.8 for Villa. What is it going to be? It's about 12.8 as well, so the gap is staying the same. But Libbenau, on the other hand, is doing a 1 minute 13.7. He's 9 tenths off the pace of the top 2. And then Sousa's also caught up to this train. Oh, Susie was also with this train, but he's got more ERS than both, but all three of the drivers ahead of him. Oh, it's a bit of a tank slap for the exit of Libenau. But Joe is too far back to sort of capitalise anything. Yeah, there hasn't really been much change. Oh! Captain Emery is a set spin. As now Joel is within 3/10 of Libenau. If he had more ERS, he'd be going for the move. But the person who has the most ERS in this train... oh no, Astros has left! Astros has left, Astros has left, Astros has left. Captain Emery's retired in the pit lane. Oh no, he's disconnected. Oh, that's a shame. He's not my friends list either. Oh, that's no. Oh wait, no. Hang on. I know what to do. I know what to do. I mean, there's not really much action happening apart from this train, so I think I can get away with it. There we go. I'm back. However, this is gonna allow. Oh my god! I did not realise the McLaren is gonna be stopped there. As Astros has joined back. However, how much time has he lost? He has lost about 3 seconds. He's lost about 3 seconds towards Villa, and he's lost yeah, he's a second behind Keen Hodgson, so he has all the work to do to try and regain his P2, but it has stopped raining, folks. If you can't tell, it has stopped raining. Could the dries come into effect? Has it stopped raining? God knows if it stopped raining or not. Cameron Dunn's pitted. As there's a yellow flag for Lucas. Lucas has done a mistake. He's on the soft compound tyres. Hang on a minute. Right. The bottom two have gone for the soft compound tyres, putting all of their brain cells together to come up with this amazing idea. Joker Balkos has gone for it as well, and the track must be drying up. It must be time then. However, it must be time, because here comes Joel! In the Haas, he was about 20 seconds behind everyone in the first 5 laps. 25 laps later, he's made a move to P4. Can Bo maybe also follow Joel? He's going to choose the outside line. He's broken early. He's going to have the inside line for the next 2 corners, so if he can keep it, which he can, and he's going to make the move stick, I believe, on Libenau. Yes, he is, but the question is, does Ville pit? Ville does not pit. As Joe Cabalcos has gone so wide, you think he'd be going to Canada, but Keen Hodgson has pitted. Does anyone in this train pit? Yes, both Libenau and Susie pit, or Theo Smith pit. I tell you what, it looks very dry. There are the dry aspects are coming up. As he's gone for the soft compound tyres, Joel gets another 3-second time penalty. Libenau goes for the softs. I think everyone's going to go for the softs. Joker Balkos has gone for the mediums, however. Where's Robson and all this? Robson is still in. So we need to look at the gap. I think the gap will be fine. Yeah, it's 26 seconds. It's about 18 seconds, if that. For a pit lane. But the real question is going to be Connor Ryan and... It's going to be Connor Ryan. See if he gets ahead of Keen Hodgson. It depends on his outlap. But what does Ville pit? Ville does pit. What about Connor Ryan? Does Connor Ryan pit? Oh, that's on the limit. That's on the limit for a penalty for Connor Ryan. I don't know. I'm not the steward, so I'm not going to make a judgment on it. As Joel also follows him in. But Vandenberg stays out. I think he's going to stick it to the end, you know. As Ville comes out on the soft compound tyres. Here comes Keen Hodgson coming out the final corner. He's got Robson behind him on the intermediate compound tyres. Where is Connor Ryan? He's coming down towards the pit lane now. Coming towards... Oh, he's been caught down. He's his front wing gone. He's lost his front wing. Connor Ryan has lost his front wing. Oh, that's such a shame for the Irishman. That's cost him. That's cost him a potential podium. As Loki Chips has gone into the pit lane. But heading towards the last 4 laps, it is completely bone dry. And the gap is only 2 seconds. Oh, it's not bone dry. Well, it is bone dry, but there's little to no grip. But here comes the grip now. For Ville. This might give Joel the podium, you know. Oh my god. No Shendrick. Could this be a safety car? It's not going to be a safety car. But Bo Vandenberg is taking lap 33 of 36. Still no DRS, so we have to do it with pure speed and ERS. Robson still doesn't pit. To be fair, neither does Astros. As there's another yellow flag for Neil Shendrick. Is now the gap is half a second between Ville and Bo Vandenberg. He may get him at the double left-hander of turn 6 and 7. As now Susie and Libanel swap places, but Libanel may have something to say about that. He's looking, but he doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have the straight line speed. He doesn't have the ERS. But someone who does have the ERS, though, is Ville. He's going to go around the outside. DRS is now enabled. Does Bo go for the pit lane? No, he doesn't. But Bo Vandenberg will have DRS. The question is, how long will he have DRS for? As you know, Shendrick gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. He has retired on track. As look, Connor Ryan, Joel is all over the back of Connor Ryan. As Joel sails past Connor Ryan for P5. But Connor Ryan will get the RS, and I think he will maybe go for the move. No, he's back. No, he's staying behind. He's staying behind. Smart move. As now Bo Vandenberg is out of the DRS, but can he keep P2? The gap between him is 7 and Keen is 7.6 seconds. He needs to find about. Keen needs to find about 3 seconds on Bo Vandenberg if he wants P2. And it'll be about 1.2 seconds minimum. Oh, but Bo Vandenberg gets a penalty. He gets a 3-second time penalty, so he only needs to find 3 seconds. As we will have a look at the penalties now. Rob's on an 8 seconds. Joel on 2 seconds. So at this moment in time, Joel will finish ahead of Connor Ryan. Joel Vandenberg will finish ahead of Robert at this moment in time, but he will fall down behind Libanel. It's 5.8 seconds now. He needs to find another 2.8 seconds. But he has got the battery over in Hodgson, but Lukey Chips is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 1 minute 6.8. As it's 2/10 now the gap. Joel Vandenberg needs to make the move now, and I think he will go for the move on Robson, which he does. Now, the question is, when does Robson, or if Robson lets Theo Smith overtake, as Ville takes the white flag to start the final lap, as Joel gets another time penalty. He gets a 3-second time penalty, meaning he'll probably finish. Yeah, he still will definitely finish behind. He will definitely finish behind now Shoko Valkos, but Conor Ryan has made a mistake. It might be close, you know, as to where Robson will finish, but Robson and Theo Smith goes for the move, and he makes the move stick. But the gap now is 3 seconds. Keen Hodgson has done it for now, unless Bo Vandenberg can get the penalty removed. But heading towards the penultimate and final corner, he was untouchable in the wet. His qualifying lap, he was untouchable in the wet. He kept the lead. He made the right call switching to it, and Villa, 2 weeks in a row, will take the win at the Austrian Grand Prix. Bo Vandenberg will take P2 on track. But it'll be Keen Hodgson, due to the time penalties, will get P2. Joel Vandenberg will come across the line to get P4. But Theo Smith will take that off him. But will Robson take it off him? No, he won't. Levenal moves up into P5. What about Conor Ryan? Conor Ryan jumps him. Can Joko Balgos jump him? No, he can't. He's 4 temps off Robson. As Lucas will take the final point paying position and the fastest lap. So Chips will get 0 points. Hello, Keen.
Hello.
I'll see if Bo and Ville will up for an interview.
Vilsy's one lucky geezer, you know. Can we just talk about the fact that I got caught in a double stack behind the safety car?
What, were you behind Lucas? Oh no, you were behind.
I was ahead of Vilsy when the safety car came out, but
yeah.
But the Ferrari's double stacked and trapped me in because obviously they're the pit lane in front of me.
As you all go on to P3, Bo Vandenberg, it looked like it was going to be P2, but that penalty late on costed you. Hello? Bo? Okay, he's not... Hello, Bo? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Alright, perfect. It was almost P2 for you, but that penalty costed you. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was really hard to keep the car under control on the intermediates. I thought when the guys come in for the softs, and it was like 4 or 5 laps ago, I thought we can easily run this to the end, but it can be hard. and to keep the car under control and in pretty much dry conditions was really hard. And unfortunately, I got in like lap 2 or lap 3, my second warning, which made it really difficult in the race. And yeah, to keep the car under control in the immediates, I was bound to get off sometimes. And it really unfortunate I went off one time too many.
Yeah, but you still must be happy for a P3 finish. I think this is your highest so far, or?
No, in Miami I got P2, and another, I think a couple of P3s and a couple of P4s. But yeah, as of today, I just made a mistake in the last corner, and yeah, I think it cost me the win, because otherwise I'd been like 2-3 places up, like 7 seconds in front of Velzu. And yeah, I think if I didn't have a spin, then I will be higher up the grid, maybe first, but I don't know. It was too big for that.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
Wait, so did you spin when you were on the inters and Vilsey was on the softs?
No, I did spin on lap. I think it was 36 lap race, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 23 spun last corner. Yeah. And
oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I was in P2 or P3, I think, and just spun. So really
I remember.
Yeah, I know. Last year I was really inconsistent with spins, and this year it hasn't been changed. So in the last race in the Dutch Grand Prix, I was really looking forward to that one, and yeah, unfortunately I did spin and throw me out the race. So yeah, my mistakes cost me a little bit too much.
Yeah, as we will move on to Keen Hodgson, qualifying didn't seem to be was it? I can't remember where you qualified.
It was bad. Literally, you don't understand. All week I was doing 104.1s, like easy, and I just completely bottled quali. Like I should have been pole, but I just, yeah. On my second lap I had a frame rate drop in the penultimate corner, which didn't help, but it doesn't excuse the other thing. That's just a bit messy.
Did you also have lots of understeer? Or
oh yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like the track felt. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the track felt different whenever I did another lap.
I know.
Like it really put me off.
Yeah, and in these fast sections, in like corners 6 and 7.
I completely agree.
Made in my last lap, I was like 2.5 tenths up, and just for some reason I couldn't steer in. Just went wide 2 times.
Yeah, but it was like it was so weird.
Yeah, it was so weird. I couldn't understand why. I put more front wing, and I immediately went wide. So it was very weird.
Because it's like, obviously you do a lap, and then on the next lap you've kind of processed that information of what happened last lap and how you might be able to improve your next lap. But when the track feels completely different, it's like, what? And then that causes you to hesitate, and then you've lost a second off your lap.
Yeah, but one person who didn't seem to really have that problem was Ville, back-to-back wins, and in some style. Yeah, but it seemed like your drive pace wasn't really the best compared to the others around you, but it was the wet pace that really put you ahead. Were you practicing the wet, or...?
Turn 2, your throttle response was in crazy. I couldn't keep up. I was in third gear stuck, and you went like a rocket in the turn 2.
You mean which corner, like, and which
Yeah,
sector?
the slow one. Slow one. Turn 2.
10, 10,
Turn
10,
1. Yeah,
10,
it's turn 3 in the game, but it's turn 2 was.
I used the third gear to exit from the corner, so I think that explains a lot.
Did you touch the curb or did you not? Because
No.
I was behind you, and we all take in the right section. We take curb really much, and I saw you take curb in the wet, so literally none.
Yeah, I try to avoid the curb as much as possible in the wet conditions to avoid the understeer such things, and so luckily I avoided it. But like you also tried very good strategy at the last laps with those inters. Very understandable. Nice one.
Yeah, I spun in like lap 24, and I was at like a few seconds behind you, and I spun in the last corner, and yeah, they gave me like 8 seconds or 10 seconds. So it will be interesting if you were like 8 or 9 seconds behind me, because your pace was blistering at the end. Yeah, I couldn't keep up, but the car was so unstable on the low speed. So in the last corner, I made a mistake, cost me the 3 seconds, but it was really unstable. I saw the temperatures going like 90 degrees on the intermediates, and was like, oh geez, on the slow sections it was so slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we
Luckily you didn't crash.
Yeah. Yeah, as we do look on the standings, you have 90 points now, if I can do maths, Ville, which puts you about 45 points ahead of P2.
Just crazy to even to think about those kind of numbers. Like last time I don't know, I haven't been leading in Ero probably in any seasons. Like season 3 F2 where I won the championships, I wasn't even leading in some part of the standings, and during the season it was the tier was very stacked during that time. Kian, you remember as well, season 3 we have teammates, we have champ there.
It was the season where I couldn't finish a race to save my life.
It was your debut season.
It was my debut season, and I spent half the time looking at a wall.
But now you're spending this time looking up at Vilzu because you're P2.
Yeah, I am, and I spent half the time looking at Liberdal whilst I was waiting to be released from my pit box. No, what wings was everyone running though? Just out of curiosity.
I was running...
Okay, so Jacob, I might leave the party session real quick now, but I will say for finish again, massive. Okay, here comes the Finnish language.
That's not an answer,
it will be answer. Shut up. Sorry. So okay. Jälleen kerran kaikille hyville ystäville ja tyypeille, jotka katsoo tätä kisaa, niin suuret kiitokset teidän tuesta. Tämä koskee etenkin Kallea, yes, Ken, Mattia, parasta fania mikä mulla on, ja myöskin Nico Hiltunen from F5. Amazing dude, and I know that someday you might get a podium in F5 division. We will support you all the way to the end.
Yeah, guys, okay,
so wings wise,
let's get grab. So like I think.
Yeah.
What was your wings? What was your wings?
Yeah.
So we'll quickly end the stream. Thank you very much for watching.
Were you running, Vilzy?